Where and I'll
Yeah.
be there.
Okay.
You don't offer.
So
I didn't offer.
there's different ways to understand the eye. One way is just to follow light through the eye. So light is first going to strike the cornea, which is a transparent tissue that fastest growing tissue in the body. And it goes through there to the anterior compartment of the eye. And in this anterior compartment, I know it's kind of hard to see, there's liquid called the aqueous humor. And that keeps the eye from collapsing. So if you're going really fast, like on a bicycle or something, your cornea doesn't collapse into the compartment there. And then next to the layer is going to be the iris, which is pigmented. When someone says, I have blue eyes or brown eyes, then they're talking about the iris. And the iris is controlled by muscles, ciliary muscles, which are part of the choroid. Let me show you that here. If you see that brown, those are the ciliary bodies or ciliary muscles that control the lens, and they're part of the iris. If you go into a dark room, the iris is going to pull the opening bigger, and this is called the pupil. And so we gather more light. Or if someone you love walks in the room, you want more information about them, so this pupil is going to increase. Hopefully, if they still like you. It may not. If you're out in the bright sunlight or on drugs, then the pupil is going to constrict.
Yeah. Mine are never constricted.
Okay.
That's doped up.
The lens, this is the one I was talking about mostly for the ciliary bodies. The lens is, in humans, it's a gelatinous, kind of squishy tissue, so that when we're young, we can accommodate, because the muscles pull on it, change the shape if we're looking far away or near. As you get older, the outer layers start to harden, and that's why you need glasses. There's no escaping that. We're all going to need glasses at some point. I mean, there's surgery, but it's not really recommended if you're going to use your eyes for something really detailed. It's okay if you're just going to work in a factory and just watch movies. But glasses are still a pretty good solution to hardening of that lens. Then, so one way was to look at through the light, and then it's going to continue to the back of the eye, which is the retina. There's a macula lutea here, which is the only place in the eye where there's cone cells for color. And then the fovea centralis in the very center, because think of centralis. And so think about this. Out of this whole retina, only this little patch has cones for color. That's why color is not really a very good sense. Black and white, much better, because we have lots of rods in the retina. That's why black and white photography looks so great. That's why when the sun goes down, we can still see, because the world is black and white. Can you imagine if we just had cones? As soon as the sun went down, we'd be blind. So it's kind of cool. We have lots of rods here. And while we're here, let's look at the three layers. The outer is the sclera, the protective part. The middle layer is the choroid, which you can kind of see up here where the ciliary bodies are. It becomes part of the ciliary musculature. Don't worry about the posterior compartment in the lab manual. Focus on this. And then the most inner layer, besides the vitreous humor, which is here, is the retina. Yeah? Questions?